everyone, welcome and good afternoon. Okay, I think my sound's on. I think my screen's okay. So that's a good start. Because at the moment, as everyone is on the internet and on YouTube, things aren't running as smoothly as they would on a normal basis, which is the world over. We know that, right? So for those of you who are already here, hi Kirsty, and for those of you watching back, welcome, and I hope you enjoy the playback. Now today's a little bit different. I've got my new toy. Hi Shannon, hi Lozzie. I've got my new toy. This is called the Cinch, I think, or the Kinch. I'm not quite sure. I'm calling it just my toy. Hi Eli, hiya Becky, hiya Pickle and Joanne and Amber Lee. Hiya, hi everyone. So this is my new toy. This is absolutely incredible. Okay, let me just make sure that is nice and straight for you. And what it does, it gives me the capability to bind, and I just love it. Hiya Sue. I hope you're keeping well over there too. I know you're in the US as well, aren't you? Hi everyone. Hi friends. Welcome. Hi Liza. Huge hello. Well, I was going to start this stream off with this in the screen, but I still want to say it. So I thought it's important at this moment in time to just say never give up on hope. And I know lots and lots of people are feeling very anxious right now. And that was just a little message from me. And I think it's important to remember that, to embrace it, and to just try and keep some hope and faith. Whether you're religious or not, you know, it doesn't take anything to have a little bit of hope. You don't have to be religious to have that. So in all walks of life and in all cultures and everyone, you can have hope. So I'm with everyone. You know, I'm still going to be here and I'm still going to be trying to entertain you as much as possible. But I am human. I'm going to have my days where I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm just not feeling it. Just because you don't know what's happening one day to the next. However, I'm going to try my absolute hardest to be here and still keep some entertainment. Yeah, things have changed pretty drastically overnight. Hiya, Helly. Hi, Andre. Hiya. Who we got? Vicky, Aquarius, so many of you. Joanne, Sue. Lots and lots of you, so welcome. As I said, new toy day today, which is a nice thing to have to play with. And this was courtesy of Lou, bless their heart. So we're going to have a bit of a play around. I am a total beginner. If I fluff it up, then you know why. I did, however, manage to do it the other day. So I'm hoping to do it again. Oh my gosh. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Suze. Lozzie, it's my pleasure. Okay, and with that, hi Elizabeth. Oh my goodness, so many of you. Mona, welcome. So also what I've been up to is, let me move this because I've got sharps, which is never good. This is an extremely sharp. I don't know if I trust myself with a sharp. It's a knife. Do not try this at home. No, you can if you're sensible. Okay. We are. Now, I hope this works. So, you know, I was telling you all about the movie nights. We have got dates. So there's a 35-second intermission between each poster. So I'm going to quickly run through them. Starting this Sunday, because we are meant to be all at home. I know it's Mother's Day in the UK. You can do this with mums, or you can do this when you get back. This is the first Jurassic Park movie, and this is this Sunday. So this Sunday is Jurassic Park, which is the 22nd of March. So I've worked out 4 for now, because we don't know how long we're staying in for. We're not quite sure if it's a month or more. Okay, the next one, it was by request, was Jaws. And this is also a suggested page. You can colour absolutely anything you want. So on the 29th of March, we're all going to watch Jaws. You don't have to be in the same time zone. You can watch it any time you want. And I've also just suggested any ocean themed page. You can do a shark, you can do a fish, you can do anything with water. You don't have to. You can colour your current whip. You can colour something completely different. These are just suggestive things if you wanted to add a little bit extra. Next up, we have Harry Potter. Now, I haven't been specific with which one because we've all got different favourites. But on the 5th of April, you can go for Sir Harry. And as you can see, I've put it's Leviosa. It just made me laugh. So that can be any of the Harry Potter ones. Oh, Liza, honey, you don't have to give anything. Keep your pennies for now, but bless your heart. Honestly, lovelies, please, 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 you need all the money that you need right now because we don't know what's going on. Any of your Harry Potter films, does not matter. Next up, we have, thank you so much, Liza, you're an absolute sweetheart. Forrest Gump. We got Forrest. Run, Forrest. So we got Forrest Gump, and I've put a box of chocolates in the corner, Bubba's shrimp, and a running man. I thought that would be great. So that will be on the 12th of April. So they are the 4 that I have lined up for now. So I'll do some more. I have made a file, which I'll give you in chat now. You're so sweet, Liza. Honestly, bless you. Thank you so very much. Hold on. Okay, I've put this just for the posters so you can keep on top of them. And as I said, I'm just going to leave them rolling in the screen for a minute. So the 22nd of March is the Jurassic Park movie. That is the first one. You can make a marathon of it. It's entirely up to you. The whole point is that we're all glued to the news at the moment. So the idea is that for one day, for a couple of hours, you know, how long's a movie? 2 to 3 hours. We come away from the news. We come away from the bad. We can do this with our families because it's movies. So you've got Jaws, Jurassic Park, Harry Potter, and you have Forrest Gump for now. So I'll find some other things that we can do. Maybe a Netflix binge day or something. But this is what I worked out after I hit the shops again this morning to try and find some bits, and I got our 92-year-old neighbour some bread he needed, and you know, just the usual. Oh, Louise. Oh, you don't have to give me anything. Thank you so much. Honestly, I love you all so very much, but I know how hard it is right now. So I am so grateful, but I honestly don't require anything apart from you to turn up, be happy, enjoy what's going on, and just keep spirits up. Will I be streaming on the movie nights? No, they're on Sundays. I will be streaming the day befores on the Saturdays, but I'm not going to be streaming on the Sundays. They're just for a total switch off, Lozzie. So, you know, after at some point because Vicky's on Sundays, after lovely Vicky's on, we can switch off wherever you are in the world and you can watch a film with everyone and, you know, just be together. I thought it'd be a nice switch off. So that is our movie nights. They're one thing I've planned. Oh, I've moved you somehow. That's me moving around with my... Do you want to know? It's my chest. It's pressing against this. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness. And I just wanted to share this because it might make you smile. I took this earlier today when we were round by the garages getting a bit of fresh air and trying to keep fit a little bit because we're all stuck at home. And Chip was cold and he was wrapped in a towel, and I thought I would share this with you. Oh, thank you so much, Louise. Honestly, bless you. Thank you so very much. Yeah, I took this early. I wrapped him in a towel because he was freezing cold. It was quite chilly even though it was sunny. And he looked to the side and he had the most adorable look on him. And I just loved it so much. So yeah, I thought it was gorgeous. And it was his little look. He looks like a little ornament. So I thought I'd show you that. And I think that's it. Oh, and today I'm gonna go off the screen for a second. This is called a We Are Memory Keepers Cinch Book Binding Tool 2. I've put all the links in the description for this, for the wires that we're going to be using, for alternative wires, and for cutters. So this is what we are going to be using today. Now, as I said, I'm a complete beginner. This was gifted to me by Lou. She's, bless her, Lou Scoffin. She's a mod. She's currently having some time out. And that goes to anyone that's so, you know, at the moment not able to join our streams. You don't have to. They're here for you when you want them, but we all wish you better, and we hope that you come back soon, because we miss you. So we're going to have a go with this today. And yeah, I think that was all the announcements for now, I believe. And don't forget, you've still got your colouring checklist challenge to keep you busy as well. So there is lots and lots and lots to get on with, to keep us occupied. So we've got the movie nights, we have our colouring checklist challenge, and I'll be thinking of other things to do. I am going to probably bring the colouring club forward. I was going to launch it in summer, but I think given the circumstances, we're going to try and get, you know, a little bit forward because we need it. Right, so what I'm going to do today, oh, are you ready? Hi, Kimberly. Hi, your mum. Hi, Patty. Are you ready? Okay, so I feel like a kid with a new toy. Well, I am. So this is a safety sort of catch, and this comes up. And this is a binding tool. So you put your paper in. I'm going to have to turn it to the side for you so you can see. So you're going to put your paper in here, and it's got this little guide at the front. I don't know if I can bring it up. It's quite a heavy thing, but there's a guide here, and that tells you what inches your paper is, and at the very end you've got A4. And it will tell you underneath that in the grey which peg to pull. So being that we're going to do A4, we pull number 11, which is these little pegs here, and you literally pull it out like that, so that it just stands out a little way from the others. So that first is your tool for when you're punching down. Now, you don't do that on the first round. You put your paper in first. You press down, literally press, and all your pegs go down. You pull your side out here all the way. Oh, Christ, I nearly took my tea off there. Hold on, let me move stuff. So you pull your whole entire bit out there, and that is when you pull peg number 11 for A4. It will tell you here which size your paper is, what peg you have to pull. Hi, Gary. So everything is there. Then you go down again. So when you also do that, there's a little peg at the side. I'll show you as I do it. You push that down to make sure that your paper is secured before you punch down. Then the fun bit comes. So I'm just going to push this back. It's a bit noisy. Sorry about that. At the side here, I'm going to have to put my microphone there. I know you can see it, but it's the only way that I can have you up. Right, at the side, you have this cool little addition, and you literally hang your wires, right? I'm going to have to try and do this from an angle. You hang your wires like that, so it's all ready for you to hook your paper onto. And as you do that, you've got the press machine at the back. But we'll do this bit by bit, and I'll go through it stage by stage with you. So it's quite easy. So just remember, paper in, peg is in on that round. Paper in and punch. Come up, pull this all the way out. Put your peg down to line it up. Pull your peg out for whatever size paper, and then you punch down again. Then you'll have the perfect amount of holes, which will be replicant of like this one. Then you bring all of your stack of papers when you do them. You don't do them all together. I know, I got my tea there. And then you also put them all on there, bring the whole entire lot up, bring it round to here, and you press down. As you can see, it will go down and it will press them all. So then you'll have the perfect bound book. I am going to put my tea out the way, Shannon, because I can see myself having a major accident. Now that's with PDFs. If you want to then do a book, which I have done, and I'll get you my example, bear with me. Okay, sorry, I was just grabbing my example. So then when you get to the books and you're not doing the PDFs, sorry about knocking everything, it's because everything is on the table. I will clear it, I'm just showing you. So when we get to the books, I've carefully cut all of that out. Now, when you do that, you have to be so careful because you need a sharp. And yeah, me and sharps don't always go together at all. So you've got to be very careful with that stage. And it's also done by a ruler and it's done carefully. Bear with me, I've just, there we go. I need to just tighten those ones. Okay, so I'm going to move this aside a minute. I've got no drinks on the table now. None. Okay, that needs to focus. There's so much on the table, it doesn't know what to focus on. Okay, so what this now does is I'm going to get then my cutting mat. We'll do that after. We'll do the PDF books first. And I'm going to go down the edge and I'm going to do the first page with a ruler and my knife. So you literally just ruler it. You've got to hold it and put your knife down. Then you'll have a little, pattern going, and then you'll go down the same line that you did, the same line again that you did, and before you know it, you've built your entire book up. Now, I've combined 2 books by this particular artist in one, which then saves some space of having 2 big books. But what I have done is included the fronts of each one, and I've included a back so that it protects the papers. So there's so many possibilities. You don't just have to do colouring books with this machine. You can do journals, notebooks, you can do little memory albums, you can do photo albums. If you've all got some pretty papers in your collection, like scrapbook papers, yeah, I know I'm going to have to be very careful on that bit, Joanne, because my fingers are not going to like me very much. I did nearly have an accident when I did it the first time. Yes, it's not very good. It's such a good way if you want a particular book to lie flat, because we all know with some books like this one, oh my gosh, I am all over. You probably will see my face a couple of times because I have to lean over. I'm just going to grab this one because this is the one that we're going to do. You're sitting there and this keeps flapping back. Sometimes it's a nuisance, right? Well, this is the kind of book. Hi, Kenny and Becky. This is the kind of book that you can do it with because there's a big space between the binding and the actual illustration. That's another thing to keep in mind. Some books are not suitable for this. Hi, Michelle. So as you can see with the Inklings books, there is a huge space, isn't there, between the binding and the actual illustration. And if you're left-handed, you can bind on the left side. It's perfect. Hi, Mia. Hi, everyone. Welcome coming in. Hope you're all keeping okay given the circumstances, but I'm here to cheer you up, hopefully. So, all right, it needs to focus. Let's focus. Okay. So some books I think need to lay completely flat, and you've got to ensure that, hi April, that the illustration doesn't run into the binding, because that wouldn't particularly be suitable. You can do it, of course, but you will be putting holes into the illustration. So I've chose a couple of books that their illustrations start a little way in, because then we've got a definite suitable candidate for a binding machine. Otherwise we're going to be going into the illustration. Inklings is the perfect one. Now if you go to the middle of the book, it does hold itself flat. If you come to the beginning of the book, it just flops back. That has always been a problem for me. And another thing which I'm not particularly worried about cutting it up for is because there's no writing on the spine. So, you know, like if you've got writing on the spine, you can pull that out of your shelf very easily and you'll know what it is, won't you? Well, you're not going to have a loss if you're going to be cutting this up, because you're going to put the front and back on it. You'll have a flat book. You're not going to ruin the illustration, and there is no writing on the spine, so you're not losing out. I wouldn't do it to something that did particularly, or if I did, it would be a book I wouldn't mind. So always look at that. The other one that I did pick out was a Sherry Baldy one, which I've never touched. Oh my gosh, it's trying to focus on too many things. Let me just get this out of the screen for a second. Okay, let's put these on. Another one, as I said, that I picked, I'm so sorry, I'm trying to do a million things at the same time, was this Sherry Baldy. Now again, this doesn't have any writing on the spine. The illustrations have a huge space between the binding and the border, and all of them are bordered, so that is another perfect candidate for binding. You might get another book, i.e., what's the one I've got at hand? Bear with me. Right, Kirby's book. If you get a Kirby book, you can bind this by all means, but you're going to lose out on this part. Hey, Melody! Oh my gosh, I am so happy to see you. We are so happy. Oh my goodness. I'm sending you a massive heart and a hug, and you lurk in bed, but I'm so happy to see you too, and keep safe. Yes, and we can put a couple together. Now, I wouldn't say that his ones are particularly suitable, but you can. If you're not worried, like a double pager, you're going to have rings in between. I don't think they're suitable. So I wouldn't suggest that you bind a Kirby book unless you've got two and you don't care and you want to bind the second one for the single pages. But I would recommend that you get a second book and leave the double pages intact, if that makes sense. Hi, Pamela. Oh my gosh, I've missed so many of you. Hi and welcome. And as I said, I'm throwing you all huge hearts. So, not suitable in my opinion for binding unless you have two copies, and on that second copy you keep the double pages intact. Then you can do what you want with the spare copy. But these types of books are perfect, as is PDF books. I hope I'm not boring you with this, because I'm not colouring, I'm just giving you like a task to do maybe. And Hannah Lynn, I've already done hers, April. I've gone binding mad. And this is another one that I've bound. It's the Flower Girls PDF book that I showed you in the PDF stream. So I've been on a binding mission. What I am going to do today is do one of or two, we'll see how we get on with time. I'm going to do a PDF book with you today first to show you that, you know, it's really a good idea. And what you can also buy is a plastic protector sheet. You can buy single sheets and then specifically for binding like stuff. So you put it on top and it's a protective sheet, and you do front and back, so it just is like a book protective thing. And then these types are again so suitable because look, you've got a huge space from the edge to the actual illustration, and on some pages it's a huge space like this one, because you have that as a landscape and the holes will be across the top here, and they'll still be like, I don't know, a centimetre or two. I'd say a centimetre. Bear with me. there'll probably be 2 centimeters still without anything. So they're perfect. So that's what we're going to do today. But we're doing it, and I'm saying it, beginner style. Because I am a beginner. I sat there and I did about 6 books the other day. And yeah, I got like in a binding mood one evening. So we're going to do that. I've found all the, so you know, we've got the Mariola hair. We've got 2 of her packs. So we got the second one, which was sort of wedding style. And then we had our original ones, which we did the hair series on, didn't we? So I've literally just put them all together because I thought, why have them separately? They're 2 books that are exactly the same thing and theme and artist. So I put both of Mariola hair inspirations, part 1 and 2, in one book. So that's another idea. If you have a particular artist and that particular artist has a couple of books, I've put all of Mariola's illustrations together as well. It's just a good idea if that's what you fancy doing. It keeps it all together, keeps it tidy, and also keeps it flat when you are colouring. And another thing to bear in mind, a lot of the time when artists do Patty, I got a message that I'd enabled so many PDFs. I've got messages to, oh, it's quite funny. Well, I'm happily enabling, but yes. So another thing to just bear in mind, that when you're paying for an artist edition, I've got them in that, right, I'll give you the link for this particular binding machine. It's in the description, honey. Hi, Leslie Burr. I'll give it to you now. And I'll also give you the rings that we're using, which is Wren's rings. And you get a pack of 50 wires for £4.60. So the wires are a good price. So there you go. I've just put it in the chat. But they are in the description if you're watching this back as well. Okay, we're going to get going now. Otherwise, I'll just jibber jabber on. So we're going to do the PDF book first. And it's quite a noisy thing when I keep, so I'm going to do all of them one way first instead of keep lifting, shutting and it will drive you mad through the microphone. So I'm going to do all of them at the top first, and make sure you have them to the right way that you are. So right-handed, you would do them on the left because you're opening it that way, and if you're left-handed, you will have them on the right so that you open them that way. So it's whatever hand that you are, do it to that way, and that's a good thing with binding. But remember, you are, this is Lou, this is all Lou. Lou will enable you. She is going to be the enabling queen on this one because it is Lou's fault. She started it and then she got it, and it's just yeah, it's amazing. Sammy, I'm colouring addicted, also sharing my pages on my channel. You can say that, that's fine. So yeah, if you got on Amazon.com, Shannon's just put you your link. I am an affiliate for Amazon UK, which means absolutely nothing because hardly anyone buys from it. Thank you, Shannon, you're a sweetie. And Victoria, hi, and Leela. Okay, so we're going to get the big contraction out now. This is all Lou. She's such a sweetheart. I miss her as well. Okay. And if you're watching, Lou, hello. This is your fault. Okay, so they're the already bound books. Let's put them aside. Okay, you are going to have a little bit of a mess on the table, and it's because I need to hold on. There we go. It's because I'm got a certain amount of space. My microphone might be at the side, and you will see that, otherwise you can't hear me. Okay. So here comes the contraction, and I'll try and do this. No, it needs to go up, doesn't it? It needs to go up. Okay. Let me get everything ready. Otherwise, oh, and also these are the larger rings. So these are really big rings. If you wanted to do, say you wanted to combine, oh, I don't know, 3 books, as long as they're small. So say you wanted to combine all of the Inklings, you can do, no, Shannon, that's amazing. I'd love you to do the US links. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's okay, Connie. They're just there, hon. No one, I say that all the time, no one has to use them. No one ever has to use them. They're just there. Okay, so these are the bigger rings, which you can use for like journaling, if you wanted to make a big planner up, or if you wanted to do like all of the Inklings books together. These are large rings and you could combine them all in that. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Otherwise, I need to get up again. These are the ones in the description that I've given you called wrens, and they are the smaller wires like this, and they hold 50 pages, I think, no, up to 50 pages, and they also come in a box of 50. But when you're using your machine, don't put bundles in it. Put with card, it depends on how thick your card is. I would put 4 because my card's pretty thick and I don't want to overload it. So I'd say put 4 cards at most at a time. And then if you're going to do any like thick card, say 300 GSM, I would just put that in there on its own. There's no point pushing it and breaking it. Okay, so with that being said, I need to work out, first of all, where I'm going to put my, oh, I'm so sorry. I hope that's not distracting. Let me try and bring you there. Is that okay? Can you see okay? I don't want to keep distracting you with the microphone. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Okay, so I want my rings on this side being right-handed. If you're left-handed, do it on the right. So do it on the opposite side to whatever hand you are. So, whoops, I'm going to do it on this side. I'm going to do a couple of pages at a time. So have them at the side. And you need to go, no, I'm going to do 3 at a time. So make sure they're very straight and put the it's got a little arrow. Let me show you. Let's see if I can turn it. There's a little arrow here and it says center, and you make sure you line that up. So go to the very edge where you can't go anymore, and then we'll push down on the first round. So the first round is going to go there. It's got to be whatever side that you want your book, right? Push it down. So you've already got some. Now I'm going to do all of them first before we otherwise I'm pulling it out, pushing it in, pulling it out, pushing it in, pulling it out, pushing it in, and it will drive you doolally. And I don't want to drive you doolally. I want you to be entertained. So again, we're going to go 3 at a time. So again, we're going to push that. Make sure we're very central. Make sure that we're straight. And push it down. Okay? So keep doing it. And you'll just build them up and they are perfectly aligned. Again, we're going to go to this one. It's the front cover. And then 1, 2, 3. Make sure you're right before you go punching anything. Otherwise, you know, I've had a disaster already. I did it with some sheets. And I was like, Lou, help me. Okay, so make sure they're perfectly in line and in sync. Again, just pick out 3 because, as I said, my card's pretty thick. It's 160 gram. But how are you? Are you all okay? I've been chattering away for so long. Need to make sure that you're all right. So remember, just do all of them. Perfect. Make sure it's in. Yeah. Just build them up. Build them up as you go along. Again, 3. You're all singing. I love it. Carry on the songs. You have to make a song out of the last word of the last song. Find one that reminds you of it. Okay, again, push in. Make sure it's in. There's no kinks and it's up against this side and push down. The next part is where you have to pay attention, otherwise it goes wrong. Okay, and the next one. So last one on this batch, on this one, and then we'll pull out the bit and I'll show you. So push down, okay, and again it's perfectly aligned. So that's that side. As you can see, oops, you've got them all in line. If I get it straight, they're all in line and they're all perfect. So the next round, you need to pull this out, right? Make sure that's up. There's a little peg. You see that peg? Make sure it's up at the moment. And pull this out. Oh, Louise, be careful. Yes, stay at home. Stay at home. And I hope that it's not anything serious. Okay, so we're going to go 3 pages again. This time we're going to put it to the end, pull out number 11 because it's A4 or letter size in the US, and remember, make sure it's perfectly straight. Your peg, hold on. Has that not done it right? Yeah, it has. Hold on. It's getting it in the right. That's not right. Hold on. That's it. Your peg has to be in the hole to hold it. If it doesn't, I think I'm going to go. Hold on. I don't know if I've... Let me do this on a piece of paper first, guys. Hold on. Let me do it on a scrap. Make sure I am doing it right. Bear with me. That's what to do. If you're not sure, do a piece of paper. Hold on. Let's make sure this is all right. Just get a piece of paper to make double sure. So you're going in, you're pressing down. Hold on, and then, oops, oh my gosh, pull out, and then put into the hole, and then number 11 out, and punch down. Hold on, let me just make sure that this is perfectly right. Yeah, okay, we are right. So see that? That's how it should be. So if you ever are unsure, just get a piece of scrap paper and double check. Right, now we'll go again. So pull out, put into your hole. Did I put it into the last one? No. It shouldn't be. Did it go into that one? I'm not quite sure now. Number 11 out. Where will that go? Let me just see a minute. Yeah. It's just making sure. No, it didn't do it right. Why didn't that work? Hold on. Oh my gosh, this is why I say beginner style. Let's make sure that's right. Okay, that's right. It is right. I was just having a little moment where I was thinking I'd be wrong. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so it is that one there, press down, okay, and then up. So the peg, let me show you. The peg has to be in line and it will bind it. It's I didn't have the peg in line. See, silly things can happen like this. This is why you always have to get a scrap bit of paper, otherwise we can go very wrong. And get it all in line. There we go. So peg down, that down. One, two, three. Yeah. Okay, so just keep going. And then, so keep going with your peg. It should, that's it. Just keep going that way. Can you see it's perfectly in line with it all? And then 1, 2, 3. You have to make sure your paper's straight. So peg in, peg up. And then, oops. Did that work? Yeah. So it's just getting it right. I am a complete beginner. Yeah, take care of yourself, Louise, because honestly, times like this, it's so scary. You just never know. And then if there's any loose punching hole bits, just poke them through. Genuinely, just poke them through. I mean, I've only got one here. And then just make sure it's through. Okay. And then push that back in and come to the side. I don't know if you're going to see that unless I tilt it. Okay, at the side there is a holder, I think it is for this. I think it's just a holder. And as you can see, if I turn it, it holds it for you. So that when you hook them on, I'm going to have to move the mic or that way. It's got a hook on for you so that, oops, you don't have the hassle. Now, I have one loose here and you'll cut that off. So you don't have to worry about that one. You'll cut that completely off and you lift that off like that. And just turn it all round. Having like a hole there that I need to, that one didn't cut. Why didn't that go through? Okay, that needs to reattach. As I said, this is going to be a beginner because I am a beginner with this. It didn't punch that hole. Oh, bugger. Never mind. Okay. Well, you'll get it right. Me, I didn't first time, but that's okay. Okay, and that sort of hooks round. And then at the back, you have to get used to it. It takes some time. At the back, mine is on a half. And get these up. So they need to stand up. Otherwise it's not going to hook. So it stands up like that. You need to do one section at a time on the rubber. Push that down. Come along. and push that down so that your holes are perfectly in line. I'm just trying to make sure that's completely closed. Okay, let me move that. So it is punched out. So if you go to the back, you'll see it's all in. Now what you need to do is take off that extra one on the end. So you'll have proper cutters. I've just got scissors. So it's completely cut. And you've bound your book. So when you open it, it lies flat. Can you see that? Now, I am a complete beginner on doing this. So there is a video to follow, and I'll put that in the description after. But it lays flat, and it's one way of keeping them all together. Just like that. It's nice and flat. As I said, I've only just got this machine, and I honestly make a complete bugger up half the time, but that's okay. I'm learning. See, and it does come out, so you need to make these completely closed. So just make sure that they're tightly down so that they don't come out. There you go. But yeah, it comes nice and flat for me, so that if I want to keep it all together, just turn it. Let me show you. Turn it, it's there. Again, if you've got another one that's, you could just flip it round and go to the next one. But as I said, I am learning this. I'm sure after a few I will be in practice with it. But yeah, it takes some time, like anything. I've only done like one sitting with it. But I wanted to show you that if you do it, there is like a lot to gain from it, because they do lay flat and it keeps it all together. Also, another thing to consider is, as I said, if you are left-handed, you can do it on this side, not the right side. But it takes time. It does take time. I'll show you how to cut your books out, but you just do the same method. This is fun, not. Okay, so I'm going to do it with you need a cutting mat, and I'm not going to be in chat. I'm just saying that now because it is a sharp. Now the one that I've got is, I'll put this in the description. It is a fresh, and it's sharp. Now this is a very sharp tool. You get some blades which are quite big, and it looks like a Stanley knife, and it's super sharp. So I wouldn't recommend going anywhere near kids with it. I know you wouldn't, but don't let the kids anywhere near it. It needs to go like high up, high up. Yes, Bianca. The funny thing is, I was doing it like perfection the other day, but I was in a swing of things. Now, I would say with this, do it at an angle that suits you, otherwise you're not going to get it right. Now, the books, I don't know if you can see, have already got a line like here, and that's where you're going to cut. But beware, and I'm not going to be in chat for a minute. So have it firmly down, firm, and score it. So score where you need it. So I'm going to go for here, and very, very, very carefully I'm going to cut where I need to cut. So keep against the ruler. And I'm not doing it in one long motion because I know I'll mess up. You can paper trim it after if you need to. But we can take the cover off, which is like a scary prospect for me. So if it doesn't come off straight away, go to where you need to do it again, which in my case is this area. And then take it. Ow, it's so horrible. I don't like doing this. This is the part that I'm like, nope. The pages come out a lot easier than the cover. don't like doing this whatsoever. But there we go. The page is, the front is off. If you need to trim it after, by all means do. I've got a different one for that. Okay, now we get into the book. So follow that line where you were at. Take off any loose frayed end. So let me just take that off a minute. Okay. I don't like doing this at all. Take care, Melody. Okay, so we're going to find a line. Oh, it's scary, isn't it? Let's go to here. And then turn it. It comes out and it's like, oh my God. We don't like it. Yeah, so that's 2 pages in one and it's scary as hell. So take it to the side. It will, and we can always straighten the curve up as well. Okay, hold it straight. It's so scary, I hate doing it, but I'm showing you how you can if you want to. Okay, they came up pretty easy. Now if you have one that's just got an edge like that, it's nearly away. It's not that hard to do, it's just soul destroying for me. I don't like it. But I don't mind doing it with these cheaper ones that I can replace. Okay, but the microphone's in the way. That's the only thing. I have to move that. There we go. And anything you need to tidy up, if you've got a paper trimmer, then do. If you haven't, then you're going to have to do it the old method. Okay. It's because the microphone's right underneath me. And you can literally bind these almost immediately. It comes out straight. It is for me. I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? It's a book. Okay. I wouldn't do this on like Serene or an expensive book, by the way. just saying. Just saying. I wouldn't do that. Okay, see, straight out. And it actually will be easier when it comes to these ones because they do lay flat then. Let's go again. Let's move that one. Okay, that one was a lot easier. And as I said, you can put the... I'll do the good videos for you that are online. There we go. And then... Oh, these ones are apart already. We just got to do the end. Comes out like quick. Take care. No, I can't believe you did that to your poor Serene. I only did it because of my accident. Is there any books that you've taken apart or had bound? Anyone? These come out like so nice and easy, and as I said, then you can bind it. Okay, next up. It gets easier as you go down. And And we've done the images. No, Shannon did. Shannon did it. I've got loose pages in Serene because if you've been with me for a while, you know I had a happy, not so happy, really, really heartbreaking incident where a water bowl of chips leaked over my entire Serene and drowned it, and I had to get a new one. Right, so you get a few pages that are actually at the end. So, and then I'm going to take the back cover off. And then any mess, just if you've got a desktop bin or you just got a bag near you, just do that. Okay, so we take that off the spine, and then you've got the back as well. There you go. So the back is off as well as the front. Oh my goodness. Right, so we have a full book. Now, I haven't got a paper trimmer, so I'm going to just have to tidy up just a couple of little edges. And then you've got, look, the spine. It's off. It's just literally the tiny edge there. So if there's any little paper bits, just, you know, grab them. You're so funny. Yes, but then you'll have a bound book. You're so funny. Okay, I just want to straighten that up because it's a single one. It's only because it was next to the spine. There's a tiny edge there. So just the tiniest of little edges. There we go. So what are you doing to keep yourselves entertained at the moment? Is there anything in particular? Are you having to keep the kids entertained? It's my friends are already saying, I wish they were back in school, it's too much, they're eating me out of house and home. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I know. The thing is, I haven't got kids, so I can't. This is on that bit where I didn't go exactly down the line. I have to do it this way. I can't. I've missed the line. That's better. I didn't score it. Oh my gosh, how it's like thick cardboard. That line is. There we go. There we go. Did I get it off? I'm not pressing down hard enough, am I? It's because I'm scared to. Even though I need to. That line's there that I... Okay. I don't want to take that bit off, but I have to. Oh, it's driving me insane. 1 minute. I can't do it with this microphone. You're just going to have to go sound away for a second. It's, that's it. I need to push harder, but I'm just scared to. There we go. I just don't want to do it though. I missed the spine, you know, on the line on the spine that I had. I missed it. And I don't want to go too hard. In case I destroy it, which is not what I want to do. There we go. I don't want to, there it is, this next bit. Ah, it's off. There we go. Oh, look, it's now nice and straight. I didn't want to ruin that bit, and that was what was going to like really scare me, because there was a line on the actual spine and I didn't want to go through that, and I missed it by a little tiny bit, but that's okay. I've got it off now. Okay. I know, I just don't want to do it. I'm scared of, like, I don't know what I'm scared of. I'm scared of doing it wrong and going too much. But yeah, it's because I'm really, 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 really scared to. That's a good idea. I'm going to use binder clips next time. Yeah, I was really frightened about doing that. Anyway, so I'm going to have to... I need another tea after that. I don't like knives. I really don't. They scare me. I'm like, am I going to be okay? I know that's a silly, like, you know, thing to say, but I don't trust myself around sharps. Just saying. Oh, it's brand new. It's brand new. I just didn't want to go too harsh. Okay, it's separated. Hi, Jane. Okay. I know now that I need another drink. So, with that in mind, let me go and get a cup of tea so that I can get, like, back to this. Bear with me. Bear with me. Go get yourself a drink. I'll be back. Let me move that and then... Okay, I've got a cup of tea. Oops, now I need to not knock it, which is the next problem. Hold on. Which is fun. Okay. Kelly, I've taken one or two apart, but only ones that I want to lay flat. Okay, I'm back. Oh, did I scare you? I'm sorry. Is it that bad? I'll stop. I'll stop if it's putting you off. I can do this in my free time. I don't mind. Hiya, Tara. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm going to stop then. I'll stop. I don't want people like feeling uncomfortable. Okay, no, it's okay. I don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable. Okay, I can get some colouring out. Do you want to do some colouring? I'll do some on Hannah Cole's on It's Fine. I know, but some people might feel a bit uncomfortable. If you do, let me know. I don't mind. Okay. I just didn't know, because some people might find it, which is fine. I don't mind. Okay, the binding clips on these ones come on this like pack and they're in the middle. Oh, don't follow me. I'll put the video in the description of what I followed. Okay. Oops. Okay, I'll just leave that out. So, as I said, if you're ever in doubt, grab a piece of paper. I'm going to have to pull you up. Oops. Let's pull you right up. There we go. There we go. It just needs to be at the right level for you. There you go. Let me get my sheet of paper and make sure that I've got it all lined properly. Okay. So, as I said, it's always best to get a sheet of paper just in case. And it's got to have the centre, it says, so we'll go here. It should be that one, shouldn't it? With the guide in the original, place a sheet against the guide and insert it to the machine, press handle to punch. Yeah. So it is that one. I'm just making double sure, and then extend. I don't want to do this wrong. Extend. Put that, pull that, and do that. Okay, let's just make sure. Yeah. So can you see it's the perfect punch, isn't it? So it's gone all the way across. So that's really what I need to follow, and I start with the cardboard, so it has to be on the side that I am opposite to. So with that, oops, I need to get this in line for you so that it's the right, is that right? Okay, so as I said, make sure all the pegs are in and make sure this is in. And it has to go into the right spot. Now, it has to be the opposite side to whatever your hand is. So I'm right-handed, it has to be on the left. So with that, it has to make sure that it's in the center. And we go down. Yeah. And then if we pull that along, make sure that you go all the way. You push your peg in. It's in the very center. You pull your number 11 out. Just making sure. And you press down. It should work, right? Yeah. So you got all the way across. And you've got every single one done. Now, I'm thinking that your size is ever so slightly bigger in the UK, I think in the US. So, hold on, let's get this right. I think your letter size is ever so slightly bigger, isn't it? I'm pretty sure of that. So, the center has to be there. Yeah. Okay. All pegs back in. Come along. The hole goes in. Punch comes out. Should be. It has to be all the way in. Hold on. And then you've got the perfect line of them. So they should line up pretty well. Yeah. Okay. I can't do this without being, hold on, I need to get you in the right, is that better if I do it like that? I'm not sure. Is that better? Is that better? Yeah. Hey everyone coming on in. As I said, that's going to be noisy. Okay. It's got the perfect holes. Come along. Hold your ones in. Make sure it's there and straight. Pull out number 11. Lift your peg. You've got the perfect alignment. And it should align with your holes as well on your, can you see? It goes in with your holes there. Number 11 out. I hope anyway. I think your papers are slightly different in the US. What's your sizing? We have it called A4, but I'm not sure what you have in the US. I'm not sure if you have to have number 10 out. think it would be number 10 out. Yeah, I think yours is slightly bigger. I'm pretty sure. To ours, you got letter, and we have A4. I'm going to do them all at the bottom first instead of keep bringing that out. So it says on here number 11. Can you see that? A4 is number 11 out. But I think these books are ever so slightly bigger. And that's your back. I'm pretty sure these are sizing wise. One second, let me just tell. Yeah, I thought they were. Andrew? The washing machine's just going. Thanks. Sorry, he just needs to do the washing machine for me. Because I'm on here, so he can do that. Okay. No, I'm wondering what they are, because you have to look this up, otherwise it's all going to be different. Sorry, I was just getting him to do the washing machine. Otherwise it's all going to be different sizing. I'm just thinking, yeah, we've got A4, but I know some countries are different. So I'm just thinking, if I try this with number 10 and 11 out, if that will be better, because it's just going to cause an extra hole. Let me try that. Because this is not that's better. This is not A4. I can tell. This is slightly bigger. So you need to make sure on sizing that it's correct. See? Can you see that? So it's 10 and 11 on some books. So you've got to be super duper careful on what you're punching, because otherwise it's going to punch an extra hole. Let me get the focus on this guy. Hold on. There we go. Can you see? So if I was to punch number 10 on this particular one, it's going to cause an extra hole. So that's what I was thinking. Look, if you line these up, that's the perfect lineup, right? Yeah. And I'm thinking that your paper sizes is slightly different. I can see that. So anyway, now you can see close up on this side as well. So it'll all be okay. You won't be that soul destroyed in a minute. Okay, so now you can see at the side where you can, let's make sure we do this right. There we go. So you can click that on and it's going to hold it. And then as you do that, you can line it up with your holes. And you will have extras, that's okay. You see? It holds it for you. I always seem to wake Siri up. Always. Always. Okay, so these ones are slightly out of sync, I think. See, it did an extra hole on that end, but that's okay. Let's do this the other way around. So just put them on. It's not that bad, I promise you. I know it looks terrible when you're doing it and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm destroying my book. But do it on a book that you want flat and that you can. Okay, there we go. Do that one. There we go. And then do the front cover. Right. So they're all on your little thing here, right? This is when I'm trying to do this in the camera for you. So if you come to the back, really, you can make me one, although I just made one, but in normal circumstances. So make sure this is this way in your machine and get this end first. So get it and push down. I'm going to have to stand up for this bit. So hold it in place and push all the way down. Okay, now keep that alignment. Just make sure you've got an extra, there we go. Now I'm going to have to move the microphone, guys. Push it this way. Push down. Make an extra. Push down. And then just make sure that you've got it in. Right, cut the remainder off so you can have some proper cutters. And then you have a bound book. So I'm just going to have to move the camera. And your result is a bound book. That is actually going to lay flat for you. Can you see? So we'll go through it. So it is actually really, really, really handy in the end. And yep, okay, I probably go around it the longest way possible. I am a beginner on doing this. I just wanted to show you the beginner. So you'd be like me at the beginning. And you've got a book that lays completely flat. And it's not gone to any of this part here. So it's all in the spine, and it's not at all touching any of the illustration. So I wouldn't do it to many books. It's more for my PDFs, to be fair. But it also does it on the books that I don't mind to do this for and sort of lay it flat. Because honestly, one of the things that I showed you in the beginning was, I have to push harder. I might change my blade on that. If you're trying to do this, it keeps flopping back, doesn't it? And some of them don't have the writing on the spines, like this one. Now, what I would like to do is put all three inklings together, but I never bought all three because I wasn't too bothered about the others, but I liked this one. So it does hold it down for me. And then if you're sitting there at the sofa or in bed, it's a lot easier to sort of flip it round like that and have with you. And I just find it a lot easier on some things. And yeah, I like it. It lays completely flat for me so that I don't have any issues and I don't have the problem of the flap back. Also, as I said, with PDF books that you buy and they're all like loose sheets, you can in actual fact do it with them as well. So you've got it as a book, and again you've got that option to flip it round. You can flip through, you won't have to lose the sheets, they're all stuck together in that sense. And I just think it's just something that I thought would be pretty cool, and I loved the idea of it. When Lou showed me, I was like, do you know what, that's going to be amazing. But I wouldn't do it on many books. It's just some of the books in the Create Space books that I wouldn't mind doing it to, because yeah, Why not? You're not losing anything. You've got the spines that have no writing on them anyway. So when it's on your shelf, you've still got the front and the back, but you're seeing that. But that wouldn't matter anyway, because you wouldn't have anything there apart from just a black spine. So front and back, you've now got a complete book, but you can lay it flat. And that was the only thing. They do lay flat. Also, they do combine. So you could do 2 books in one if you had inklings like 1 and 2, and then you would put another one in the middle. So say you had the second one, keep the second one's cover, put that in, and then continue with the sheets. So you can combine 2 in 1. So I thought that was a really cool idea, and I just wanted to show you. Although I will give you the proper links to the videos on how to do it the professional way of people that have been doing it for years. So yeah, I wanted to show you that. Now, what's the time? We have options for a bit. We can either colour for half an hour and do some background on our Hannah Carlson girl, or we can come back on Tuesday and do it then. I really don't mind. I don't want to overlap anyone. I'm not sure who streams on a Saturday anymore. Yeah, don't put them together on the shelf. I know. They interlink. Sorry, I was just having a bit of tea. But yeah, they do interlink. But if you give me a minute, I can get my things, and I've got my Hannah Carl's on next to me, and we can do a little bit on that, and you can just chat and hang out, because we are doing this one, and I haven't done any more on her, but we can start the background with the Albrecht Dürer. Take care, Joanne. That's fine. Go have dinner. Enjoy. We could do some on this and start the background behind in these sections. Just having a look. Yeah, and then I could do some of the tentacles in my own time. And then the brown colour hair will be cool on her, wouldn't it? I'm not sure, Kelly. It used to be a whole full schedule, to be honest. But I don't know who streams anymore. Everyone seems to sort of either not do it or all at the same day, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'm up to it. That's okay. I'll see you later if you have to pop out. Don't worry. I say this all the time. Streams are there to pop in and out of. You don't have to, you don't have to feel obligated. But I love you being here. Hi, Mandy. Okay, let's do that then. So we are doing the background, we'll start in the background today. I'm going to do it on a sheet of paper first, and I have written all the colours that we've used so far, including the hair, what I'm going to be doing, the bigger shell and the shell. I have put down potential background colours, which are here. Now, the numbers have stayed the same on the polys, but I do believe some of the colours have changed. So, take care, Connie. So, I think we'll do that then. It needs to focus, doesn't it? Okay, focus. There we go. All right, let me grab the pencils then, and we'll do a little bit on this one today. Okay, bear with me. And then I'll go through movie night with you guys again once more. Move that, bring that there, bring our pencil sharpener, because that is an essential. Just move the junk. Okay, and then we need a tester sheet of paper and the Albrecht Dürer. Okay, bear with me everyone, I'm just grabbing my stuff because I wasn't going to do this, but I finished a bit earlier on that than I thought I would. Okay. Let me just move these things. That's it. I'm going to grab my cart. going to use the Albrecht today. And the Albrecht and the polychromo colours are exactly the same. Take care, Leslie. And let's get those. I'm just in the background getting my bits. We need some tester sheet of paper, and we need that one and that one. Okay, we've got our stuff out. And our board. Okay, so what I've pulled out, I've got the board just in case. I've got a tester sheet of paper. I've got a cloth, Albrecht drawers as well. And I'm going to get our brushes. So I'm going to get the finest brush out of my Artesia, so the fine end. Okay, and then that should be enough. Okay, let's go. That should be close enough. Right, so as I was saying, the Albrecht drawers are the same numbers and same colours, just in a different form, obviously a watercolour, for replicating what could be if it was a watercolour in polys. So these are the polychromos, and then we go into the Albrecht drawers, which are the same colours. They're just add water to them and then they obviously wash out. You want me to show you the movie night stuff? Of course I will. I'll add it on the screen right now. So if you missed it, these are the ones coming up. So we've got the 22nd, which is this Sunday, so tomorrow. Any time of the day. You don't have to do it all at the same time. Just share your nights or share your days or mornings. And this will be for the first Jurassic Park movie. So that's the first Sunday. I've planned 4 Sundays altogether for now. I'll add a few more if we're all still stuck at home, because a lot of us probably will be for a little while. So that is Jurassic Park, which is first. Second up, we have Jaws, which will be the 29th of March. Jaws is the first one. If you wanted to make a marathon of them, you are more than welcome. Jaws seems to be a popular request, so I did that. I've watched it way too many times because of Andrew. I'm really, really familiar with the terms in Jaws. Really familiar. I could say it word for word at the moment because Andrew watches it like all the time. The third one I thought would be good, and that should come on your screens in a second, would be the Harry Potter, and that can be any one of them. So that will be the 5th of April, so they're every single one. Oh, okay, Becky, I'll do that in a minute. I'm just going to go through. I haven't picked one yet. So they're just suggested themes. You don't have to do exactly as it says. You can do all of them. You can do one of them and carry on through all of them. I'm not sure what you want to do. I personally am going to try and do a suggested theme. So for the first one, I've chose a dinosaur theme, but I'm going to do a crocodile out of intricate animals. So I said a prehistoric one. And then the 4th one will be Forrest Gump, and I've said a chocolate page. So a chocolate page, and that's the 12th of April. So what I was thinking, and I haven't picked one out yet, is a crocodile from Intricate Ink Animals for the prehistoric Jurassic Park one. The second one, which is Jaws, I was thinking about starting the Kirby double page shark, but you can do any ocean themed picture. The third one, which is Harry Potter, is a magic page. I've not picked one out at all for that. And then the 4th one is Forrest Gump and chocolates. So I don't know if anyone's got the Sweet Shop by Chris Price, but I've picked something out of there. So, you know, you've got the Sweet Shop. Alina, Colouring with Alina does a lot from that. So I thought about doing a chocolatey page, but yeah, I'm not going to do Harry Potter picture, I don't think, but we'll see. I know, I know. So, as I was saying with these are exactly the same colours as the polys, but they're just a different version of meaning watercolour. So they're the exact same. So if I use the cards, it will be the same numbers as you can get both ways. If you wanted to do the long route and not do watercolour, then you can use your polys and it will be the same colours. It's entirely up to you. So I'm going to grab these colours here. And the same cards are the same in each one. So if I grab 153, so we're going to go to like the turquoisey colours. Let's go for those. I think I put them at the beginning. Not quite sure. Let's have a look. Yeah. So 162 is one that I pulled out. So I'm going to do like a mix of greens and blues. 246, 153, 158. I did pick them out. 276, 156. Yeah, I hope I didn't make anyone feel uncomfortable. It wasn't my intention, I promise. I know if some people were joking, but I really, really didn't want to make anyone feel really uncomfortable. So if anyone was like, no, don't touch it, I'm so sorry. So yeah, was not my intention. Okay, so the colours that I have picked out, it's really hard to do this without knocking the camera. I feel a bit all over the place today. 155, 154, 156, 276, 158, 153, 246 and 162. Not going to use them all, just got them out. Okay, so I think I'll start off with Colbert Green 156 first. Colbert Green 156. Let's find it first. Colbert Green. There we go. 156. Yeah, or Harry Otter. Okay. Right, so what I think I'll do, I need to have the microphone there. I'm going to come to test a little bit sort of down here beside the tentacles. So I'm going to come into these little spaces. Are you close enough? Is that okay? Let's make sure you're okay. Okay, take care. See you later, Vicky. Okay, 156. And I'm just going to put a little bit in. Remember, these are quite pigmented like the Supras, but I would say the Supras and the Neos are probably that tad more. And I'm just going to apply this first and we'll mix in other colours after. So we're just going to try out some. We'll go here. Now I need my sheet. I need my sheet under here. And that's just because we're going to come off the edge. So I'm just going to apply just small amounts in. And as I said, as we go on, we're going to add more. So you can mix your colours when they're wet as well. So you can mix them on a board, but at the moment I'm just going to put pencil to paper. So you can do various techniques on this one. You can do it from tip of your pen to or pencil to brush, and that way, so you can connect it, or you can mix it on a board and take it from there, or you can put pencil to paper. And then just on the first application I'm going to do this, and then we can go from the board. So you need your cloth or tissue, and I'm just going to activate this first. So my brush is not too wet, and again with this as well, I'm not going to bring like tons of water in. I just want it to be a light sort of application to start with, and then you can build on it, which is what I'm heading for. So that was my stomach if the microphone picked that up. Okay. Then I'm going to go for another one next and add some in. So next up I'm going to go for the light phthalo green 162, and we're going to start to layer up, but you can't do it all in one go because otherwise you're going to saturate the page. So I'm going to put this to the board and lift off that, and I'm also going to add some of this in with the cobalt green that we just put, and we'll do a mixture. So we're going to go off the board and just apply some in with that blue to start with, and we will come deeper and we will add, but I don't want to oversaturate this because it's not actually watercolor paper, as you know, and you can apply too much. So yeah, but yeah, we had, I don't know about you guys, and where, you know, different precautions, different measures might be going on right now, but at the moment we're having not complete lockdown, but we've been advised, and all our pubs and stuff have shut, so I'm going to mix these two together. They've shut everything now, so we're just being advised to kind of stay home, which it was advised anyway, but without putting the social gathering places open, it kind of forces people to stay home now, because you've got people that defy it and say, oh, I'm not listening, I'm going out. And it's like, hey, you really need to listen to the government's advice here. So that was announced here yesterday, and it's been very quiet in London for the first time ever. But with all, you know, with all seriousness, just I hope that you're all safe and you're all home, and you're all going to, you know, spend some time, even if you're FaceTiming. Oh, it doesn't matter, I'll go over it after. I feel like I need to just stop this stream because I feel like I'm doing everything wrong. Oh, I'll do it after, it's fine. I'll go over that with pencil, no problem. So I'm just adding. So yeah, we're just all sort of home at the moment. And I've got no intentions of going out unless I have to, which is to the shops really. And that's just to get essentials and help out as well, neighbours and stuff. But yeah, apart from that, I'm home. So I'm just adding some colour in, and I will deepen it up as I go along. I kind of just want to make that a little bit more, oops, transparent as we go. Oh no, it is one of those streams today. It's okay, guys, though, you know, it happens. But you just have one of those streams where everything seems to like go so wrong. So yeah, we will have those days. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. So I'm just adding the Colbert green and the light phthalo as well. Oops. Oops. And I need deeper blue, which I will add in. So this part, I'm not going to do as her top, I'm just going to leave that as her neck. So I'm going to kind of just leave that part and do this all as water, because I just thought about it. I didn't want it as a top, so I'm going to keep that as water. I thought about that the other day when I was looking at it. I was like, no, I kind of just want it as her like neckline and then stop and be in the ocean. It's fine, that tentacle can be coloured over, that's the good thing. It's only very, very lightly, so it will be coloured like the rest of them. Okay. I'll come over a little bit more. So this bit, isn't it? Yeah. So I'm going to go for Colbert green here. Not the tentacle this time. And add a bit more of the green. And just kind of mix it. And as I come down, a little bit more transparent. There we go. Okay, just adding that in a bit more. Okay, what I might do is then bring in some Prussian blue after, but we'll head for that in a minute. So we're doing those two first. And just add in a bit more. So before I move on anymore, I'm going to come back to this part. Hi Charlotte, and I'm going to bring in Prussian blue, which is quite a dark blue. And I'm going to put it to the board. I'm not going to put it straight onto the paper because the paper's still quite wet, but this part's kind of dried now. So I'm going to come straight on. I'm going to try and water that down. So I've got to be quite careful in application, otherwise it might go a bit too dark. So I've got to kind of like allow that water to come out, and it just adds a little bit of depth to it. And it's more going to be on the sort of sides of stuff, so like the side of the hair, the side of the tentacle, and then I'm going to come back to some Colbert and just kind of blend that out a little bit. Just Just like that, just so that I've got something. Okay. Same with this one. That's the tentacle. So we go here. Okay, go to the side, add some blue. And just every time I come onto this, I'm going to allow the paper to dry a little bit, otherwise it's going to just buckle a lot. So you can dry it with your heat gun, or you can allow it to dry on its own. And then just keep layering up. So I prefer to let it dry on its own with these books because it does buckle quite a lot, even with a heat gun. I think the heat gun brings it up. It's like a big bubble. So I'm going to just allow it to dry, and I've hardly got any water. And just layering it up a little bit. Just add along here. I'm going to add a bit more of this mix and blend it out. And the same again, I'm going to blend that side out a bit. And I've barely got any water on my brush at this moment in time. It's minimal. And come back to just my blue and blend that out. So it just keeps blending, blending, blending. Yeah, I love these colours. And then you can dab in, when it's not so wet, some of this green. It makes like a turquoise sea, but not too much green, just to like give it that edge. So you can dab it in. But the thing is, you have to allow your paper to dry a little bit because it will just buckle so bad. Okay, back to Prussian. And I'm going to go down the sides of this tentacle here. And if you do decide to pick up one of these go towards your checklist challenge because it's a mermaid. I think on there I do have a mermaid, don't I? Oops. So they're quite nice colours, and it will contrast against these pinks, and then it will really stand out, which is what I really hoped for. So we'll get there in the end, mistakes and all. Blue tentacle and all. The good thing is I only did that a little bit, so we'll go over that with pinks. And if I keep layering over it when it's dry, we should be alright, because it's just literally that bit and it's so faint. Hi Diane! It's so faint that we can probably get away with it. If not, she might have one odd one. Or it has a sea shine. You know, like if you had sunshine and you had a light source and it might shine on the tentacle. So we might have a sea shine. She might be called sea shine now. Maybe. So this is really, really cool. I like these colours. Yeah, I love them. It's funny because I'm not really a blue person in real life, but I like them in pictures. Okay, so what you can do now is this part here. Again, we're back to the beginning. I'm going to layer up a little bit. What I am going to do is introduce a little bit of this one, which is deep cobalt green. Oh, you're working some overtime. Nice. Well, nice at the moment. I never thought I'd say that about working, but you know, it is nice at the moment. 158. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to get this colour. again, I'm going to go from my board and I'm going to just introduce some of this. Now, this is a gorgeous green. You can't really see it on the palette as much, but when you lay it down, you'll see it's like a really deep parrot green, I suppose it reminds me of. And I'm just going to add, I need to mix it up a little bit into there as well. And I'm going to add some into here, into the dark bits. Now I need to think about where I want my light source to come from, and that's going to have the lightest areas of this sort of ocean. But at the moment we're just dabbing in where we want some of those dark greens. So let's go sort of here, go along here. So you can just dab. It's sea shine. That's what she can be called. Okay, let's put that in there. And then I'm going to Prussian again. I'm really liking that colour. And this is the coal bit. And again, I'm just going to add a little bit more. There we go. I really like that. So when that dries, we'll come up a little bit. So forget that, we'll go over that with the colours. Can you see how gorgeous that's going to contrast? When I bring that out to the second page, I'm not going to go over the entire thing. Hi April. Yeah, no, it'll be fine. We'll work it. We'll work it. Why not? So I'm going to introduce some of this colour. And I need a lighter again, so we're going to go for the light Colbert blue and add some in here. Now this goes into the binding, so as I'm coming out I need to sort of transparent that a little bit so it goes a little bit less opaque, but you've got to work quite quick, otherwise it dries and you have a line. So let's get it right in there. And you can go over slightly on here and it won't matter too much because you're going to go in with coloured pencil anyway. And that will go over it. So we're going to have a go at actually going over that tentacle to see if that'll work and see if we can fix a mistake. Okay, let's bring some in here. Let's bring that out. There we go. So that goes into the bottom. This is where I'm supposed to go. This side of it, Sam. This side, my lord. It goes there. And then I'm going to just transparent that out a bit. That will be a bit deeper. So as we build on it, we can dab in. So you can dab and dab until you have your colour that you like. I like the dabbing method, and V is the best one to do the dabs. She dabs her watercolours in and it looks so cool. Okay, so you see how nice that is. When we bring that out, we're going to only bring it to a certain area and then we can add some bubbles in. So we've got to make that a little bit more transparent. So with that being said, I'm going to bring the Colbert green, which is this one, the lightest colour. And I'm going to actually do it to the paper first. So we've got an area here which goes down and it also comes along. Now you don't have to get this right into the binding because you're going to push it in with your brush anyway. So I'm just going to add a bit in here. And then we're going to bring it this way as well. And we'll do the rest from the board. So when we go to here, we're going to bring that colour in. I'm going to wipe off a bit, wipe off, and just bring some colour as is here. So this side of the tentacle, not the actual tentacle. Now with that, I can go straight to the tip. So we're using that one at the moment. And I'm just going to bring that down here. Just allowing that water. I have got quite a fair amount of water, which you have to be a bit mindful of. I'm just going to bring that outwards. So as I come out, I kind of want to fade it now because I want to kind of not allow too much pigment, and I kind of want to fade as I come outwards. So I'm going to be very mindful of the amount that I'm going to put down now. And in this part, that's why I'm doing tip of my brush to the tip of the pencil rather than applying it straight to paper, because I've got a bit more control this way. So as I'm bringing that colour out, like you would if you just applied water and let it slosh on the sort of on the page, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to allow, take care Kelly, I'm taking just enough there to sort of bring that colour out a bit, but not too much. Wet on wet wouldn't go very well on this, I don't think. Okay, going to come for deep Colbert green, which is this one, and I'm going to start to apply in some pigment, and again wipe off and in circular motions blend that out. I'm in no way an expert on these, I learn as I go. Got some Prussian blue there, and again I'm just going to add that into that Colbert green, and in circular motions just blend outwards. Same applies before I start layering. I'm going to go for deep Colbert green here, come into the spine a little bit, let that dry in the meantime. Be careful of your hand on the paper. Just blobbing. No, you can lift the colour off. You can lift some colour off. I just need to put some Prussian. Ink tints are permanent, but watercolours you can lift, which is nice. So I'm going to go for some Prussian, which is there. I think that's the nicest thing about watercolours, is that you can reactivate and lift them. But they are very, very like Supras, except Supras I think I just got different colours and a bit more pigmented. But these are anyway. Okay, Colbert. And just add that turquoisey colour in. And you don't scrub too much on the page, you can just circular motion stuff out to blend. But yeah. Hey Joey, yeah, they are beautiful colours, and the combination of greens and blues seem to work together to make it like a turquoise ocean, and I always find that they just go pretty well. Just look, I mean, together it's just such a nice combo. But it's preference, you know, you might really not want to mix greens and blues. You might want to just stick to your blues, or it's totally up to you, it's taste. But these just look pretty cool together. And just be a bit wary about the scrubbing on the paper, because you can peel the paper. So my brush is pretty damp, not sobbing, so that is enough that it won't scrub the paper to peel. So yeah, it looks really nice. Okay, what we're going to try before this has got to move. Hold on guys, there you go. What I want to try and do is see if I can correct that one here with my polys. So let's try that. So what I need now is I need that one. No. Right, I need burnt carmine. I need red violet. I need cinnamon, light flesh, medium flesh, and let's see if we can do this. Okay, caput mortuum, violet, yeah. Let's try this. Okay. What I'm going to do, as you can see, I made an error, which was, where am I? This one. So let's go for burnt carmine, which is 193. It's not going to focus. Burnt carmine. This is the polys. And let's see if we can go over that part. So it goes into here whilst that's drying. It's going to take some layers, I think, but we'll get there. So this is dry already. You've got to make sure, yeah, it's completely dry. Okay, let's see if we can fix this. Let's go round here. Okay, so just in case, this is 193, burnt carmine. I think we'll be okay. And then I'm just at the top here, I'm going to go for red violet 194, just to see if that will take out some of that blue. Yeah, we'll be okay because we put purple in there anyway, it turns it purple. So we don't actually need to apply that purple then, because it's turned it that way. Okay, that's fine. And then I'm going to go for cinnamon, which is 189. So you would have done your tentacles if you were doing this anyway. I've not made that error. Oh, it's so hard to get in that spine, isn't it? Okay, and you wouldn't know. So if I come up, it's a bit, if I did that all the way out, so say I came into these areas, let's go for cinnamon. You wouldn't particularly know that I've made an error there, would you? You can see it a little bit because you knew it was there, but if you hadn't have known, it wouldn't be too bad. So let's get some of this down and just see if that works. Let's go for light flesh, which is 132. Let's go for some of that there. Yeah, you wouldn't know. It'll be okay. I hope. 194. Let's just make sure. I just need to know this myself, that I don't have to make a gouache job or a acrylic job on it to kind of blend in and make the colours up. I think we'll be okay. Okay, let's get cinnamon 189. I think we'll be alright, guys. I think so. Let's go for that. Yeah, we'll be good. And then I'm going to go back to my light peach and sort of blend that together, and then I can put my shading in after. Okay, that'll be fine, won't it? It'll blend. That'll blend. We'll be good. We'll be good. Okay, so I'll do the blending quickly on this bit. I won't do the rest of the tentacle right now, but it's just to make sure that I could do it. So if you did follow me and you did make the same mistake, I do apologise, but I highly doubt you did. You probably did all the tentacles already. There we go. Okay, and then we come on the top, and I've got 194. And I'm just blending out a little bit. Thank you. I was getting worried then. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to start this day over. Just start it all over again. But we have those days. I'm only human. I think I give myself a hard time. I just didn't want anyone, you know, feeling bored or uncomfortable or anything, because I'm trying to make, you know, given the recent circumstances, I kind of want to just make everyone happy at the moment, because it's much needed. There you go. Okay, you would never know. So with that, I'm happy that I can fix that. Let me get some Prussian, this one, and let me come into this area. There we go. And also go for some Colbert green, this one. And dab. And just bring all that into these areas. Now it will go the entire way round. Where's my Prussian? I've got those two, Colbert green and Prussian. So that is also the top of the tentacle. So now this is dry because it was wet and I didn't want to scrub the page. I'm just going to go along the top of the tentacle with the Prussian blue, just to make it stand out a hint. Just give it a little bit of shadow. And I'm doing it in the finest line. Probably today. Let's face it. Hope you're all still okay and with the ride for a bit. I will be going in a very, very short minute. Okay. So as I said, you can scrub a little bit as long as your brush is not sopping wet, and it just blends it out. So just be very wary about that, and then don't do it again until that part's dry. And it just allows some blend, but without damaging your paper, because you've got to be very wary within these papers that they're not made for watercolour. And if any mistakes do happen, that's not the paper's fault, it's just that we've overworked it. And you know, quite a lot of people are turning to water media more and more now in these books, and they do buckle, it's natural. And some people say, oh, you know, I've got a terrible time and the stuff just won't go on the paper, and I'm just like, it's just because it's been overworked. It just needs a little bit of dry time and going again. But I think this paper holds up pretty well with watercolour anyway. Okay, I'm just going for Prussian again. There we go. So I'm going to keep with that and just keep going out. Now, I'll leave this side, but I'll probably do all this side. And I might actually sit and do that tonight a little bit at a time. I'll do these tentacles anyway, so they're done. And I'll get this side done. So that all we need to do is the hair, really. But this part, I don't want to go all the way out. I just want to end the watercolour where the tentacles are ending, so to speak, so that it doesn't oversaturate the page with too much colour and you can still sort of see the whole design without it being too much, because I think we can have too much blue. So I will bring the colour out to just where these tentacles end. Oops. And yeah, I think I'll do that. I don't think I want to do anything too much to it because I don't want to oversaturate the page at all. So just kind of to the edges where the tentacles end would be a good idea. So if I bring that up. Hi Michelle and welcome. And I'm so sorry because it is nearly time out, like time over. And hopefully next time you'll catch us. So if I leave her at that and continue with those colours on that side, I'll leave that side until we come back so I can show you where I'm actually heading with the end of it. And we can add a few little bubbles back in. But I've showed you everything else on this, so it's just a matter of me catching up. And then, yeah, because some people have been doing this with me and they're like, are you hurrying up and doing it? I'm like, I'm so sorry. It's just, it takes me longer. Okay, so I'm just kind of bringing a bit out. And with the bubbles, we've already done them in the colours in the polys anyway. So they're exact same colours as the Albrecht Dürers anyway. So you could do them in either or. Okay. And then I'm just going to like play and dab in. And that's all you have to do. And the dabbing technique actually really works. So I'm going to thank V for that because she was the first one that I saw that did it. She dabbed and it just worked. It just looks so good when the final result. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. So I'm just dabs. So the darker the colour, you can just dab it in, and if you mix it into your lighter colour, it will blend out. So at the moment, I'm just going with the Prussian, and it just comes out a little bit. So also when I go to the lighter colours, you can introduce that to the edges of the darker colours, and just as you would with your pictures, just blend it out with your water. It really is like colouring like with pencils, except you're using water instead of just plain pencil. You're just sort of bringing that colour out with the water instead. It's quite fun. I like to do it. It doesn't, and the good thing it's a free media, so you don't have to worry about too much shading. It's so free with water and how it lays down, and the water is everything because you never know on each result. It's all different depending on how much water you put down, depending on the colours that you're mixing in. It all comes out so differently. And that's what I love about water media. It's so freeing. Does a colour along count for the tutorial challenge prompt? Yeah, like I did say on it, like you could do Chris Cheng, or you can do one in a book. You can do anything that you've done some sort of tutorial or learnt from. It can be anything like that. It's the good thing is it's so flexible because it's your challenge. You can make it however you want it. So, yep, definitely. Okay, I'm just using the white. And wiping off and just using the rest of the water to blend that out. So I've got nothing apart from water at the moment blending out that last bit of colour. Like that. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there for today. I have been on 2.5 hours. Thankfully I saved the blue tentacle. Yeah, I know. The thing is, we were outside today trying to do a little bit of keep fit. So try and do it indoors as much as possible. Use your garden or use some space outside of your house if the weather's starting to pick up. But yeah, I hope that you did enjoy today's stream. I'll be back on form next week. So all it was showing you exactly how not the way that I would say do it, but I just wanted to show you that you can bind your books and what it kind of looks like at the end. And then I'll link in the video that shows you professionally. And then I just wanted to show you the colours I was heading for on the background of this beautiful girl. So definitely got a few whips on the go, and I know that some of you are asking me to go back to really old whips. I will get there eventually. I just only stream twice a week, so it takes me a little bit of time, and I don't do lots in my spare time because usually this takes up my sitting time. But I hope that you understand that. I am there. I will get there with stuff, I promise you. So thank you so much to those of you that join me today. Thank you to Liza and Lou. And I hope that everyone stays safe, stays well, and entertains themselves in the meantime. I'm so sorry, I need to have a sip. Thank you. And yeah, as I said, stay safe and stay entertained. Take care, everyone. You have an amazing day. And I will see you next time. Take care, everyone. Bye.